Anyway, yes, Tales of Grumville. Let's get started without further ado. Turn on auto. Auto is yes. So, Jerry, talk a little bit. What was the concept for Tales of Grumville? What was how did you come up with this game?
Sure. I guess a couple of months ago, I was like thinking of several like ideas for like little story-driven games, and this one kind of showed up, like about a little girl who finds a statue without a name, and
Hmm.
then the statue comes to life, and she has to help him like figure out his past. That was like everything that I had thought of until um I think it was our programmer Matt who posted on DevTalk on the DevTalk server that they were looking for a programmer, and so sorry, for a writer, and wrote an outline, sent it to them, and then I wasn't planning on making this game, but since they were like, it
I
was kind of
can't
like
picture
a
anyone doing
last minute
anything in this
idea to
town.
use that like concept for to send them, and so that's what happened, I think.
That's awesome. Um, so how many words is the game? How many words is Tales of Grumville? Like, what is the rough kind of like playtime?
It's around 7,000 words, I think. So, um, I'm guessing it's like half an hour, or I'm not sure honestly. Like I've played it, but I haven't like kept track of time. So
Got it. Okay, that's cool though. Um, I absolutely love the art style. Who were the character artists and the background artists?
yeah. So all of the art was made by I think her like public name is Mushroom Mellow.
Mhm.
That's what I'm gonna call her, I guess. She did all of the art. So I'm not sure like how she managed to do everything in time, but she did. So
Well, she did a great job. I hope she didn't burn herself out. Um, yeah. I also really like the very nice full vibes.
yeah, it's the music was made by Cassie Mann, who I worked with on a previous visual novel, and I really loved her music, so that's why. So I'm very happy that she worked with us again. Yeah.
Yeah, did a great job. Also, I just love like the font for Tales of like it just has that font that like feels like a classic comic, you know?
Yeah, yeah. I don't know where it came from, but I like it as well.
In fact, let me move my camera out of the way. The logo on the left hand top of the screen. Um, yeah. What were kind of the inspirations for Tales from Ville? Visual and and like art style. Like what were kind of the big inspirations?
Um, I guess it was well, in my case, I think it was like short little games, story-driven games like a short hike, or Night in the Woods,
Yeah.
or like The Frog Detective, which I really like, and they all feature like animal characters as well. Um, but I think it was our artist's idea to make them animal characters. Um, and we did have like a bunch of like visual references, mostly from like animated TV shows and stuff, but I'm not sure what it is anymore. Um, but it was like Over the Garden Wall and
Mm,
that kind of like animated shows.
yeah, I can definitely see Over the Garden Wall being a big influence character. I definitely and yeah, I also like Midnight Serendipity that Montgomery's necklace says sus.
Yeah, Yes, that was my the artist like added that, and I loved it immediately.
Yeah, it's great.
I think the alternative was Bog, but I like Sauce.
Hog is pretty hoggers too, as the kids would say. um, yeah. So, what's kind of what would you say is like the general kind of plot synopsis of the game for people that want to play? Will want to like check this out later.
Sure. So it's basically about Audrey, who's the little mouse at the bottom left, and she just moved to a new town with her dad, and she kind of hates it because it's a small boring town. So she's like looking around trying to find anything interesting to do and stumbles upon this collection of statues that were made a couple centuries ago, and hears about a legend that says that they will come back to life. So she and Montgomery, who's the one with the sauce necklace, uh, start exploring and meet one of the statues and help him out across in a little like one night adventure to figure out his past and other little mysteries.
That's awesome. That sounds really intriguing. I definitely, whatever we don't get to on the stream, I definitely. Ever since I, ever since I saw this, really was top entries that I knew I wanted to play once. I'm really glad you all were able to finish it. What was the biggest thing you learned while working on the game?
Well, I think it's the first game that I've worked on where I'm not programming. So I'm used to like, well, other people like giving me like or waiting on them for like assets and stuff like that.
Like me, like the
Yeah.
stuff that I gave for you for Portrait of a Texas Family, which you
Yeah.
did a great job on.
Thank you. But now I felt a little bit guilty whenever I was like taking a little too long with the script, and our programmer was like very busy, so uh, that was like a different experience in a way.
That's awesome. It sounds like you got a good kind of variety with this year's
Yeah.
NaNoReNo programming, but being able to be a writer too. How long have you worked on games as a programmer, as a writer, however many?
I think it's since late 2020.
Nice.
So during quarantine, pretty much, I got into it.
How how many game jams have you done, either as like leader or?
I think this one was the 11th jam, but
Ow.
most of them have been pretty short, so like
Okay.
anywhere from 3 to 7 days. This was by far the longest jam that I've like joined.
Yeah, and you were on multiple projects.
Yeah. Two of them.
Yeah, you were on mine, and then you were on Grumville. And what is the kind of, I guess, for the folks out there, what's the biggest thing you want people playing this, thematically or stylistically?
I'm not sure, honestly. I think thematically there is like well, I don't know. I don't want to like spoil the game or anything.
Sure.
But I mean, it's about like grief, clearly. I think. And about like moving on from losing someone. So that's pretty much the main thing of the game.
I think that's something.
Yeah.
It's just because the way it's framed. Love the, like, it just has the right type of. What was who worked on the UI for the game, like the whole presentation?
Yeah, so I guess the UI was kind of like a collaboration between our artist and our programmer Matt.
Mhm.
So yeah, they pretty much did the whole thing. Yeah, so everything from like the buttons and the way that everything's framed and positioned, it was all them pretty much.
That's awesome. I just love the letterbox approach for the backgrounds. The way
Yeah.
that like the characters are kind of focused on in the center of them, but there are backgrounds, but they're not like full, backgrounds. Kind of more dots of background. Through this lens. Yeah. It's really cool to see. And yeah, are there I may have asked you this already, so pardon me if I did, but are there multiple endings for the game, or is it just one ending?
No, it's just the one ending.
One ending. Got it.
Yeah, like looking back, I wish we could have added like multiple endings, but it did not like occur to me at the time. So yeah, maybe if we were ever to like update the game, it would be cool. But I haven't talked with anyone about it, so.
Oh, it's totally fine. It's just such a chill game. And I really appreciate that.
Yeah. Thank you. And yeah.
How do you have plans to work on another game jam soon, or are you taking a break?
Well, I'm kind of not a game jam, but I'm working on another like short game.
Nice.
That I'll be like doing on April, but I'm, if I mean I like doing game jams, so if any like interesting one shows up like NaNoReNo, then I'll join, I guess.
That's cool. That's awesome. Really great to hear. Yeah. Well, I love the rays of light coming. But yeah, we have 19 people watching. Yeah. Thank you so much for everyone that's hanging around. Once again, we've consistently had 15 to 25 people throughout the entire day since we started at 10 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time. So thank you so much for everyone that's stuck around. For everyone that's donated, once again, you can donate to raise money for the campaign for stubborn equality at the link that I left in the chat. Donate, help raise money for an organization helping LGBT folks in the southern U.S. And thank you, Marionette Cook, for following. Really appreciate it. Currently, we have raised for a campaign for stubborn equality $310. Trying to get maybe, hopefully, double our goal. That would be amazing. $400 raised by the end of the stream. But yeah. Yeah. Thank you so much Jerry, for coming on to talk about the game. I really, really
Oh yeah,
appreciate it.
no problem.
Really nice.
Thank you for playing it.
Yeah, of course. I think we're gonna save here.
And
And-
thank you for playing 12 hours of games. That's a lot.
Yeah, I suppose it is. I suppose it is a lot, but you know, we're doing it for charity. We're doing it for a great cause.
Yeah.
So it's absolutely worth it. You know, and all these games, like, once again, and thank you, Marionette Code. But yeah, Jerry, if you want to put the link for Tales of Grumville in the chat, feel free, and any of your collaborators who worked on it, feel free to post chat. Yeah. Yeah, I really I really like this game a lot. So I'm really looking forward to playing more off stream.
Thank you.
You're very welcome, Jerry. Very welcome. I'm gonna let you go and bring on our next guest. Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah, no problem. Yes, I'm gonna leave.
Yeah.
Thank you for playing the game. Yeah.
Yeah, absolutely. Thank you, and have a good rest of your night.